So as we move on, we're going to go over again some simple game planning and some simple chart reading, and we'll go back to some of the examples. So this is actually a recent trade we put on today. Again, we were talking kind of about the base just before. You can see this base in Disney. Let me delete this line out here. So we can see this, we just mentioned before. You see the very clear breakdown stage in Disney. Again, red is for the breakdown when you do not want to be involved. It's just trending lower. It's putting lower highs, lower lows. It starts to leave that as it overlaps into the next pattern, which is going to be the base. This is where it cannot trade any lower. It's really holding up 90, this 80 area, and it's stuck within this much bigger range we can see here. And then as we zoom in and we're looking more for a short-term swing, we can see that this 100 area has been somewhat of a battleground in the name from a short-term swing trading standpoint. And then more recently, as we zoom in even further, we can see a little bull flag starting to form in the name. Let me delete these lines. We can see this little bull flag forming. And the idea is very simple. We wanted to buy above the resistance area on the short term through 100. And if we're wrong, we want to get out below the low. So it's a very simple game plan. We bought up through 100. We bought this today. If we're wrong and it's going to roll over lower, we know very clearly that below 98 is where we want to get out. We're risking $2. So for 5 to 1, that puts our target up here at 110. So if we're wrong, we'll get out down here for a 2% loss. And if we're right, and it can drift higher to 110, we'll look to take profits for 5 to 1 or a 10% gain. So this is a very simple game plan. Again, we saw this little bull flag forming in the name. We bought on the way up with the name. We placed our protective stop in if we're wrong. And based off that entry minus the out, we know where our target is. And then now if tomorrow the stock opens up, trades higher, is at 104, and we can justifiably raise that stop to break even, we can start to adjust where our profit taking targets are. So again, that's going to be very simple game planning. We want to remember it's entry first, stop second, target third, and you want to find the target based off the risk you're going to give that name. So in this name, in Disney, it's $2 risk at the moment. I need to aim to make at least $10 a name, risking 2%, and maybe to make 10%. If I'm risking 1%, I want to make 5%.